Hi there, how are you all doing? Hope I'm audible. This is going to be a very low energy stream today. It's bank holiday weekend here in the UK, and I thought I'd just do some Twitter drama while I fondle around with some settings on my computer.
That clip, he doesn't see you. You're not there.
So we're just going to snipe Destiny's channel and watch these two go at it. So feel free to chime in when you like.
Oh god, he's so stupid. Please, Ethan, please know this.
Explain what he means by that. We did not leave Iraq because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Are not Palestinian, you moron! You racist piece of
What?
Because Iraq and the pan-Arabic nationalist movements that arise out of
You are out of your mind.
Is not
Walmart, all those big box stores.
Hasan Piker.
For being too
Hello,
powerful.
Hasan
And now the
Piker.
companies
By the way,
are
this is the highest
cutting out
stakes
the
debate
middleman,
Hasan has ever
selling
done.
over
Not because of the
1.5
intellectuality
million
of what's
units
involved, not because of the
Who
subject
just
matter, not
jacked
because of
up the
any of
price
that, but because
What
he's
makes
fighting
this
another figure with a
powerful
large
zoom
amount of
lens
clout that
unique
he can't
is that it
control,
can
and
be
he can't
attached
control
to
the
your
other people
smartphone
around him. And so it is the
to
most
make the
nerve-wracking
movie
type of
quality the
situation
greatest thing
that
in the
Hasan can be
future
involved in.
No, I
So
know.
let's start. I mean, so you did this content cop, right? And I mean, did that go how you expected? It didn't seem to hit
Wait,
very hard.
before we get started, can I lay some like ground rules so we can have like productive?
Oh, here we go.
God. Don't
Yeah.
drag in
Okay,
other
so-
people, not just Destiny, but no banned people. I'll get banned instantly. Please, Ethan, don't do that.
I wanted to come on to make this as issue specific as possible, but yes, you have
And
grievance.
issue specific. We don't want to talk about our behavior. I just want to talk about the genocide. Please, no drama stop. Just talk about the genocide, please.
Is with me, and
Okay.
of course, I think they're valid to address.
Okay, good.
Of course, we'll talk about that.
But let's talk about
Hopefully,
the genocide.
I'll be able to address some counterpoints as well, if
Sure.
you will allow me
Of
in
course.
that process.
Absolutely.
But before we get started on anything, I would like to potentially talk about definitions so we can have like an established definition on a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. Is that okay with you?
I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get bogged down in this, so
Hold
let's.
on, I'm also experiencing audio issues on my end, so
Sure.
hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second.
No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right, so you're fine with that.
Can we
I
get a
mean,
version
I'll
with
do-
this
up
without
to a
Destiny?
point, yeah.
This on E3,
Look,
isn't
I
it?
mean, like
I don't want to get
it's
bogged
basic
down in a
stuff.
conversation.
It's not like a
Go
gotcha.
ahead, start.
I'm not-
Start. No, I know you're not. I
Okay,
just want to get
so-
going.
All right. So first and foremost,
There we go, it's better.
It's time. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hasan Piker.
Hello, Hasan Piker.
what's going on?
Well, I'm doing a debate. What about you?
That's what I'm doing as well. All right. Wait, hold on. Oh, are you going to show me all the time as well on the Zoom call?
Here, I can fix that. 1 second. Let me just set it to Ethan's
Yeah.
output here.
If you want,
There you go.
if you want, just show like not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're going to talk, like that's fine.
Hey,
I don't know if it's gonna
Hasan,
be too difficult.
leave the production notes to my team. You can
Well, I
switch
mean-
your show how you like.
Well, you know, they were my coworkers as well, Ethan.
Well, it's been a
for 2
while, my
years.
friends, and guess
Yeah, I
what?
know.
They are not now.
No, I know.
So let's start. I mean, so you did this content cop, right? And I mean, did that go how you expected? Didn't seem to hit
Wait,
very
but
hard.
Before we get started, can I lay some like ground rules so we can have like a productive
Okay,
conversation?
sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Why is my chat not working?
I wanted to come on to make this as issue specific as possible, but yes, you have grievances with me, and
Okay.
of course, I think they're valid to address.
Okay, good.
Of course, we'll talk about that. Hopefully, I'll be able to address some counterpoints as well, if
Sure.
you will allow me
Of
in
course.
that process.
Absolutely.
But before we get started on anything, I would like to potentially talk about definitions so we can have like an established definition on a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. Is that okay with you?
I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get bogged down in this, so let's.
I'm also experiencing audio issues on my end, so
Sure.
hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second.
No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right, so you're fine with that?
I mean, up to a point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like.
I don't want to get
it's
bogged
basic
down in a
stuff.
conversation.
It's not like a gotcha.
Go ahead, start.
I'm not-
Start. No, I know you're not. I
Okay,
just want to get
so-
going.
All right. So first and foremost, I think we should define what Zionism is and what you mean by Zionism and what I mean by Zionism. so you can
Zionism
understand where I'm
is
coming
the
from.
the belief that Jews should have their own homeland in the historic, Palestine area. That's it.
Okay.
Right.
So I believe that Zionism is a religious ethno-supremacist ideology that revolves around the exterminationist policies of removing the indigenous population that lived in, as you said, historic Palestine, as long as they are not Jews, because it's a ethno-religious supremacist ideology. I think that this is a disagreement that you and I have.
No, I agree with you.
front.
I agree with you. If you want to add that, like the genesis of Zionism included, the displacement and the ravaging of the culture that existed there, then I would agree with you. I mean, I don't think that the establishment of Israel was like a good thing. I mean, it was tragic and a lot of bad things happened. But let me ask you, sir.
Okay.
Talking points.
How was filming that content? I just have to know what you felt, what you were thinking as they were doing the Fortnite L behind you.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
No,
that.
no. We're here. I don't want to talk about
Okay.
definitions. You got your Zionism. Let's do
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine.
Did you not? You didn't.
I've participated in other YouTube videos as well in the
No,
past.
but that
you know.
Fortnite
Some
L
of them,
dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
I noticed
Okay.
you weren't in the other shots. Why was that?
I think I was being interviewed
Oh, really?
by
Who was
the
interviewing you?
journalist while that was happening.
Really?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly. You were absent from every other shot. I think you saw
Wait,
him doing
why
that.
would I be-
I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this." And by the way,
No, I
I'm
don't
giving
care.
you credit for that.
I mean, Ethan, you're a comedian. You know, you participated in some sketches. You know,
Nothing
it
that
happens.
I mean, shit. Yeah.
Really? You're one of your most famous sketches. You in a fucking diaper. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we've done funny things.
Okay, you know what? Let's not
goofy,
debate
yeah.
the merit of our comedy. You're right. I'm very hacky, and so are you.
Okay,
By
so-
the way, you think
Yeah,
that the
that's
likes
fine.
were botted on that?
What?
You had said you thought the likes were botted on the content cop. Do you still believe that?
What? The likes were botted on the content cop?
The
I have
dislikes
no
were
idea.
botted. The dislikes, sorry. Yeah, you said it was brigaded and was botted. And it was unnatural. The dislikes on the video.
I don't really care about this. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I
I'm
don't,
asking.
I
I
don't
don't care
recall
if you-
saying this, but I don't know why
You
this is
did
a
say
major
it.
point of contention. All right, so you
No,
asked that question. Let's get back to some other
Hold
definitions.
on,
Ah, come on,
let
get
me
on with it.
finish, and then you can do your definition.
Okay.
Did you think it
Well,
was?
it's not my definition. I want to hear your definition.
That's fine. I'll answer how you like. Do you?
I hope you know that, like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I didn't publish the content cop. iDubbbz did.
Yes, I know that, and I've addressed
Okay,
him
good.
thoroughly.
All right.
Do you know that? Do you believe he should have included the context of the CPS call?
What?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Wait. I'm a little confused. You are asking me
Yes.
what my opinion is
On the video.
iDubbbz's content cop.
Correct. That's correct.
About the CPS? I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I think it was more so about. Like your year-long conquest of deplatforming and also
Right. Well,
harassing
90% of the clips were
quite
from the
frankly, harassing
episode
a bunch of
entitled
pro-Palestinian
"CPS Came to My
content
House," Hasan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan, I think you know my position on this, as I made it very clear. I think it's completely inappropriate to fucking call
No.
CPS.
That's obvious.
I think it's
I'm
completely
saying
inappropriate
your
to call
friend
CPS
Hasan
on
you
a
made a
content
video
creator you
with
don't like.
did
I
a
don't know why
total
you're-
fucking
I don't
hit
know why you
job.
think I have
All right,
any
go ahead.
hand
Ask me a
in this.
question.
I don't have any, like.
Go
dude,
ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. Listen. We're both content creators online. We both have received an endless wave of harassment. You and I have talked privately about this.
Hasan, I don't
when
care.
we
Let's
were-
just go
when we
on.
had a
You-
podcast.
I
He's
know-
angry.
What do you mean?
He's
I
so
brought this up.
angry.
You brought it up. Hold on.
I
Let
know
me
what
say
you're
my piece.
saying. We've all
You
been
brought it up.
harassed. The internet
Let
is
me bring
tough.
my- let
Whatever,
me say
yada
my
yada.
piece.
Ask me a question.
No. Please, Ethan, please.
Because you're so
Please.
boring, bro. I just want to have an interesting conversation.
You know
Go
who
ahead.
else also told me that? Andrew Tate. Please, just hold on.
Wow,
and let
I have.
me
Wow,
try
God
to
forbid.
explain my position to you. You and I are both content creators. We get an endless wave of harassment, doxing, swatting, all of this stuff. Okay, sometimes by the same people. Ironically enough, by the same communities. You and I know we've had these conversations in private.
been a while.
Before we stop doing our podcast. And you know my position on this. I think it's completely
I
unacceptable
know you're
because I
against
am victim to the
CPS.
same
That's
exact
not,
things
I
that
mean,
happened to you in this regard. I would never in a million years
Okay,
advocate
ask
for
me a
that sort of
question.
thing and don't think it's appropriate.
Very
And
good.
I don't
Ask
know
me a
why you
question.
think that I have anything to do with
Because
this.
you're
God,
not
this is what,
you're
how long?
misrepresenting what I asked you.
This is
I didn't
gonna
ask
be
you, do you think it's
5
okay that people
hours
call
long.
CPS? I asked that
Fantastic.
the video that you participated in, which was a total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip from an episode of the podcast called CPS Got Called on Me and didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think that's fair?
I think you should take this up with iDubbbz instead of me.
Okay, sure.
I
Ask
didn't
me a
make any
question.
Editorial. Yeah, I didn't make any of the editorial decisions in iDubbbz's Content Cop.
I'm asking what you thought about it, okay? Not if you made it. It's pretty fucking...
I don't even know
Go
this
ahead, ask me a
drama.
question.
This is not even interesting. I want to get onto the main stuff.
I'm sure that it would have been all right if he mentioned it.
It would have been all right?
I don't know why this is a major point of contention for you. I thought we were going to talk about Israel-Palestine.
We're talking about whatever we want to talk about. You had said that I have problems with your character. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, ask me a question.
But you having problems with my character...
Hasan, ask me a question, or I'm going to move on to the next topic
from you
here.
asking me about iDubbbz's editorial decisions in his Content Cop.
I'm asking about your opinion on it. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Okay. So, do you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza?
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. So you agree with the with numerous human
How do you spell
rights
Ethan? Why does it in my mind?
organizations, the
I already said
UN.
yes.
Okay, great. No, that's important. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I also agree on this. If you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, okay, do you feel like you have used your limited amount of time that you have as a content creator speaking out against Israel doing a genocide on the Palestinian population living in the Gaza Strip? Or do you feel like most of your commentary on that issue has overwhelmingly been to rail against people that are doing that?
Sure.
Pro-Palestinian advocates that
I
you
don't know
feel
if-
like you've been wronged by, myself included.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but if you're pro-Palestine, it doesn't absolve you of criticism. That's something that you guys keep harping on.
Do
I think
said
my
that,
coverage...
and I don't think that's the case. I don't think that is the case.
Okay. Do you think my coverage has been like totally balanced? I would say no. I've obviously given less time to the Palestinian perspective, and I think the reason for that is simply that...
No, not just the Palestinian perspective, Ethan. I think that rather than talking about that issue in and of itself, rather than talking about the genocide itself, every time you have
Hasan, I'm answering your question.
Every time you've talked about Israel-Palestine, it almost always revolved around...
I was going to tell you why. Do you want to let me answer?
Personal vendettas that you have experienced
I was
from
going to explain
pro-Palestinian
that.
content creators.
Okay. Would you like me to... You asked me a question, so I'm going to answer.
Oh, stop being so
The reason
petty,
for that
Ethan.
being is that I feel like I'm responding to a lot of bullshit that's been passed my way ever since Leftovers ended from you and your community. Now, that's my answer to that. Now, let me ask you about this. This sword has a Nazi swastika hilt.
Okay.
Do you disagree? What's funny about that?
I think it's funny because you've made this a major point of contention. That's why I think it's funny.
It's a swastika, is it not?
Yeah, it's
got a
sword
point.
that is a bleach sword, as you know already, that has a hilt that has a Japanese manji sign on it. But yes, it does look like a swastika, as I've also noticed and have talked about on numerous occasions that you brought forward.
Yeah. Of course, you're
already.
conceding that because we fished this up. But yeah.
Such as when I made fun of, I believe it was Alexa that grabbed it, and I said, "Oh, you immediately go over the swastika one." Yeah, exactly. Do you think?
Anyway, my point is, Hasan, if I can continue my point, is that you knew it was a swastika sword. So why did you guys choose to pose with this sword?
Ethan?
Answer that. Why was the choice made for this sword?
What'd you guys think about that? Appropriate or inappropriate?
Again. One, it's not a swastika, but regardless.
Do you think it looks like a swastika?
I did not make this editorial decision. I wasn't even.
Do you think it's reasonable to perceive that?
Hasan needs to take some responsibility.
Ethan,
Answer the question.
I was not.
Is it reasonable
No,
to perceive that?
I don't think it was a deliberate decision that
Okay, well,
iDubbbz made, but I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know his
well,
mind.
Hasan, they're your swords, and according to the New York Times article, there was 10 options. So what's the chances that they chose the swastika one? That seems pretty slim.
Well,
You have 10
considering
swords,
that I
don't
had The week prior to that, I believe. I don't know the exact timeline. I don't really remember when they shot this, but I had the sword out because I was doing an Assassin's Creed promo. Do you feel like if I thought it was like genuinely a swastika sword, I would use it in an Assassin's Creed promo shot?
Yes. That's what we call a
Wait,
dog whistle, Hasan. And what you're doing is gaslighting somebody. You made a video. Let me make a point here, Hasan, because you're the king of microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minority
This is
groups.
true.
Right?
This
So
is
you
true.
made a video. You participated in a video accusing a Jewish. Let me finish my point,
I'm
Hasan.
gonna let you finish that.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
let you ask the question.
Stop.
Can I
You are
just
making
say-
a video
can I
accusing a
just ask you
Jewish
again?
man
You
of
think-
exaggerating
you think I
anti-Semitism
used
while
a-
exhibiting the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. Do you not see this as a problem? Or at
Wait,
least,
Ethan,
am I
couldn't-
insane
couldn't
for
hear
thinking
anything
this
you
is
said.
odd?
Ethan, take a deep breath.
Answer the
Okay.
question.
God, he's
I
patronizing.
don't need
Take a
you to
deep breath.
console me.
I didn't even hear your question. I need you to.
Well,
I
you
need
should try
to answer
listening instead of
something.
speaking.
I'm just looking for clarification here. Do you think that I deliberately was using a dog whistle in an
Yes.
Assassin's Creed promo, or that it was a cool sword that was laying around because it's the only long sword that I have?
You have 10 swords.
I know they're heavy. That's not a real sword.
So you-
Oh my God, Hassan, own up
Yes,
to it,
I'm
Jesus.
aware that it's not a real sword, but you
You
had
can't be
10
that
to choose
stupid.
from. What does it matter how much they weigh?
Yeah, the
You
other
did-
ones are heavy.
Let me paint
Ethan.
a
I'm
scenario.
waving that
Let
shit
me
around.
paint, Hasan, let me paint a scenario for you, okay? Listen, okay? This is important. You participated in a video accusing a Jewish man of exaggerating anti-Semitism. You exhibited in that video the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. 1 out of 10 of your swords that you have previously already stated you know is the, quote, swastika sword. So am I insane for even, you're treating me like I'm insane for bringing this up, but it sounds pretty reasonable.
I mean, it's a little insane.
So
yes.
yeah, microaggressions just don't
because you're
exist
asking
for
me-
Jewish people.
You're asking me why iDubbbz.
It's your
made
sword,
this
bro. I don't
decision,
believe that you
and
weren't
I'm
there.
not iDubbbz.
You were
and
there,
I
bro. It's in
don't
your
know
fucking
how
house.
I don't know. I don't know why you're asking me.
Because
why
it's
iDubbbz
your
chose
house
that.
and your sword.
But I also gave you what my speculation is, and that is that
It was just
it's
a
most
cosmic
likely because
chance.
I had
Okay.
previously had it laying around because I had just done an Assassin's Creed promo.
Okay, if you
I
say
don't
so.
believe that.
So if it's a cosmic fluke, which you claim, then why leave the photo up?
I'm not even in the photo. I don't.
I
think,
know
right?
it's in your
Am I
room
even
though,
in the-
and with your sword. Why leave the photo up if it's a cosmic fluke?
Wait, why are you asking me this question? I don't know. I'm not. Ethan.
I'm sorry,
I am
Hasan.
not
Are you
iDubbbz.
unable to make value judgments on situations? Like, isn't that what you do for a living? Do you think that
I don't
iDubbbz
think-
should have
yeah,
removed?
I don't think it's relevant or that big of a deal at all. If that's what you're trying to get out of me, like, yeah, I think it's not.
Okay, so you're
It's
telling a
what you
Jewish
are
man who's
perceiving.
complaining about a very
and
odd
also,
coincidence
can I just-
that I'm crazy and
It's
I'm
a score with a
exaggerating.
Manji on it, Ethan. Can we? Okay, you got me. All right. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, you got
Listen
me.
to
I put a swastika in the video calling you out for exaggerating
no, that's not what
anti-Semitism.
I'm saying.
You
I
got
didn't
me.
Do that.
Yes, you did. You
Ethan,
literally
Ethan,
did.
I didn't do that.
Okay, laugh
But
about it. Go
again,
on.
It's not a swastika. And
Then
I
why
don't
should he
even
leave
think
it up?
you have that much of an issue with swastikas, considering you drew one on PewDiePie.
I'm a Jewish
So-
man, you fucking moron.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Is
the
anyone in
Nazis
that
only
room
killed
Jewish?
Jews.
Was
Is that what
anyone in that room?
happened?
Did I draw
Do the Nazis
swastika
only kill
one
Jews
time
even?
on?
Do you think that Jews have an exclusivity agreement with like being offended or not offended by Nazi imagery?
How's he
You've
turned this
done
around?
A
He's
Sig
totally turned
Heil
this around.
approximately what 50
Why
times.
did I
since
do a
Elon
Zig
Musk did it?
Heil? Why did I do a Zig Heil?
I don't know.
Because because you
question
only
we are
watch
all
clips on Twitter.
wondering-
I was making fun of Elon Musk and trying to see if it was valid or not.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, as a
Thank you for
Jewish man, are you
clarifying.
going
My
to tell black
bad.
people not to use the N-word?
Wait, what?
Are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word because it offends you?
Do you think this is an apt comparison?
Yes.
Okay. So you think that being able to draw the your anti-Semitism radar is completely out of whack.
And who are you to
understand
say that to me? You
that's the
pose
point
with
of
a
contention
swastika.
here. You're saying that it's not a swastika, and you know it's not a swastika.
I mean, it literally is a swastika.
No, it's not.
Let me
Is
see the
it?
swords in your background. Why didn't you choose one of those ones?
I didn't choose the sword, Ethan.
I don't believe you.
Do you think this is a productive use of our time?
Absolutely. So anyway, you say it's a weird cosmic fluke. Personally, if I think it was a weird cosmic fluke, you say basically it's not a swastika. The difference between the Hindu symbol and
But it's not.
okay, right. The difference between the Hindu symbol
What
and
you
the
drew on
Nazi
PewDiePie,
swastika.
on the other hand, was a swastika.
I'll finish what I said. Yeah, I'm a Jewish man. I depicted a
All right, that's
swastika,
cool.
a tasteless joke
I'm just making sure.
on
Okay,
IDub's
so you
shirt
can-
10 years ago. You
Yeah.
said this is the swastika sword, and you keep it in your house, and you use it and pose it in photos, attacking a Jewish man. The fact that you can't even concede that
jokingly
looks
referred
bad.
to it as looking like a swastika. When my
I mean, what you could do is
friend
you could at least
So let me-
apologize or
genuinely
acknowledge
thought
that
it
there's
was,
some
a-
offense,
a
even though it's not
swastika memorabilia.
directly
Do you think I
directed
would
at,
keep it in my house?
at Ethan.
Dude, you're being
could
so
be a little bit more
obtuse.
careful.
I know it's not a
Especially
swastika,
calling it a
right?
swastika-
And I know
a
you know it's not a
swastika sword.
swastika, but it is literally a swastika also. Because the difference between a swastika and that Hindu symbol is this. You see what I'm doing? This is the difference. If you
It's
ask
also
a
in
Hindu
reverse,
person, would they
'cause
walk
see
around
it.
with a swastika sign?
Wait, so you know it?
fuck
so you
no,
know it's
they
not
know
a
that
swastika,
looks
but
like
you
a
keep calling it
swastika.
a swastika sword. So I'm a little confused.
Ask your Hindu friends if they would walk around with like a swastika brandished. They know.
Okay.
Are you Hindu?
I am not Hindu.
Okay, interesting.
No.
So anyway, it was a cosmic
Wait,
fluke.
do you
You
think that
brandished
only,
what I.
Do you think that only Hindu people have bleach swords? Like, what's going on?
We're discussing
So-
the symbol, not the sword. Okay, go ahead. So you think it was a cosmic fluke? There was 10 swords. He magically picked that one.
I can't. Again, I'm
and
speculating
he
on
left
the
it up.
decision making
If
of
it was a mistake,
person
he could have
who
deleted it.
I'm not him.
Go ahead,
I
ask
don't
me-
know. Again, I'm going to repeat myself here. I think I'm doing
You
this
don't
a
need
lot.
to. Go ahead.
I am not
Ask me the next
iDubbbz.
question.
I don't know what was going on.
I'm not
in his
accusing you of being
mind.
IDubbbz, Hasan, but you're acting like you're incapable of making value judgments on things because you're not
No, because
IDubbbz.
I already made the value judgment. I think you're being crazy.
Okay, well, Mr. Microaggressions thinks I'm being crazy. Very good. You have no problem telling Jewish people they're being crazy on what?
Yes.
It's like a blatant fuck. Go ahead, ask me the next
Yes.
question.
Yes, I don't.
Do you
I
think
don't
the
have
so-
a
if you
problem
could go
telling
back-
you're being crazy
if-
right now.
if-
You being Jewish has nothing to do with this.
Sure, I'm sure it doesn't. Do you think going back that it was a mistake to use that sword?
I don't really care about this at all.
Okay, fantastic. well,
answer.
that really
Come
shows
on,
what
Hasan,
your attitude is.
answer.
Go ahead,
I
and ask
don't
me a
care.
question.
Okay. So, since you believe that Israel is committing a genocide, what are the appropriate steps that people can take, both in the Western world and also regional actors can take against this entity doing a genocide by your own admission, that you would consider to be appropriate? Because it feels like throughout this entire process, you have set boundaries on what you think
Just
is
killing
inappropriate,
civilians. That's the boundary.
as you have set boundaries on what you think is inappropriate.
Killing civilians.
And time again has said is outright anti-Semitic.
My boundary is killing civilians.
Okay, that's great. So
Is that unreasonable?
That's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set.
Okay, good. So
I
then we
totally
don't
agree with
disagree.
you on that. Great.
Great.
Okay.
So let me ask you the next
So
one. Let me ask you about this Tabris tier,
hold on,
tier
hold on.
list.
I have a. Can I? Let me finish.
Well,
Is there
you
a follow-up
asked and I
question?
answered. Go ahead. You could
Okay.
you could go on a little bit more.
Okay, so hold on. Everyone is complaining about my volume on my side because we're using Zoom instead of Discord. So my fucking
Go ahead.
audio.
It's fine. Take your time to get the
My
audio.
audio
right.
keeps going up and down. Okay. So, one of the first conversations that we had, you and I had, that led to the Leftovers podcast ending, was that you considered "From the River to the Sea, Palestine will be free" to be an anti-Semitic slogan. You said that Jews feel like this is an exterminationist slogan, and Jews fear this slogan in the United States of America.
Correct.
If you think that Israel's doing a genocide, do you feel like it is appropriate for Westerners in the United States of America and Palestinians and people of Palestinian descent to be able to use emancipatory slogans, or should they go to jail under the Trump administration?
Okay. I mean, these are pretty extreme questions. Now, I'm not making a value judgment. I'm just trying. All I was trying to do.
Question is what's happening
Bro,
right now.
do you want me to
with-
answer?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to explain the Jewish perspective. I'm not trying to make a value judgment of it. But what I will tell you is that how do you feel about Norm Finkelstein?
Love Norm. I know he has said that it
Here's
is,
what he had to say about this.
I know what he
No,
said.
no, no. I want the
He
audience
doesn't
to
like
see
the
this,
slogan.
Hasan.
Hold on. Let me. Can I just,
Hasan, I want the audience to
is
see
not
this
gonna be a
video.
gotcha moment for you because I know Norm's position.
Good, I'm glad you know. Let's let the audience know, Hasan.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Hasan, let the audience watch the video.
I can have a nuanced and reasonable disagreement with a person that I actually admire.
So that's what we're having.
Like Norm. But I have
so
a
it's
disagreement with him
nuanced
on
and
that, yes.
understandable with Norm. Let the audience watch the video, Hasan.
Okay. Go ahead.
Palestine will be free.
Let me go
The
back.
slogan
Yeah. Here's the Norm Finkelstein, a prominent figurehead in the Palestinian liberation movement.
I don't like the slogan.
I know. I have
No,
more
no,
positions
pardon
that I
me.
disagree with him on.
The video
this
can
as
play.
well.
Will be free. I think it's a bad slogan. I know the slogan from the 1960s, the 1970s. It was a bad slogan then, and it's a bad slogan now because it has too much ambiguity. When you say from the river
Hasan's going to hit me with the Cherry Act.
to the sea, Palestine will be free, obviously a question arises. Okay, what happens to the Jews in that scenario?
Okay.
And some people will say, well, all it's about is everybody being free, but that's not what the slogan says. So I have, in recent weeks, I have voiced my concern that it's a bad slogan. And I said, just change it, tweak it. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And you can't answer that slogan because all you're talking about is equal rights for everyone. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And I've encountered
I don't know if he actually means the one vote thing, because I think what he's saying is good in that. From the river to the sea, Palestinians will be free, which I think is good. You're laughing at Norm.
Routinely talked at campus encampments, college campus, Palestinian encampments as to, I'm not going to make much hay about the slogan in general. There's plenty of other slogans.
Well, you're willing to listen to him, but when I say it, it becomes a big controversy. I literally, I'm not. It's not even my opinion. I can have a
disagreement with him on that, and you're forgetting one key factor.
What's that?
Okay, you're forgetting one key factor. Norm Finkelstein still ultimately will always say, while I disagree with the slogan because I think it scares people, it ultimately does not matter, and I'm not going to stand in opposition to it. He doesn't say it's anti-Semitic.
When have I opposed it?
He doesn't say it is extermination.
When have I opposed
he says
it?
That's what people think.
When have I opposed it?
If you think that Norm Finkelstein would be in agreement with you in any way, shape, or form on any issue, please have a conversation with him.
He's literally in agreement with me, like verbatim.
Okay. No,
actually, even more.
You said it was anti-Semitic. Norm doesn't think it's anti-Semitic.
Hasan, do you remember me advocating against it? Do you remember me advocating against it?
If he agrees with you on anything.
Sure, I'll ask Norm Finkelstein. Do you remember me denouncing that statement and saying people shouldn't say it?
I believe in our conversation.
No, it didn't happen. You're lying.
You said it was anti-Semitic.
I said it's perceived that way by Jewish people. All right, let's move on. The Sabra tier list.
Norm does not believe it's an anti-Semitic
Very
slogan.
good. I'll ask him about it. Now, let me ask you about
Are you actually going to do that? Because that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Norm.
Productive.
We'll have a great conversation about From the River to the Sea.
Is it? Wait, can I ask you a question?
No. It's my turn.
Okay,
you spoke, and now it's my turn.
You know what? You go ahead.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate that. That's very gracious of you.
Well, I mean, it's just a back and forth conversation, but you seemingly have a lot of grievances not pertaining to the actual issue at hand. But
I don't know. The issue, my friend, the issue at hand is your behavior.
No, I think the issue at hand is the genocide.
Well, we seem to be coming at this from two different angles, which is great, right? So let me ask you this. Hold on. You said it's my turn to ask, so let me do that. Hasan, is it my turn to ask a question or what?
That there's a genocide. You already recognize that Israel is committing a genocide.
I can care about two things, Hasan. It's very important to acknowledge that.
Don't you think?
I can care about two things, my friend.
Incredibly narrow framework
very
surrounding
easy.
your own personal feelings.
I'm not that smart, but I can care about two things.
Okay. No,
even if one is more urgent than the other.
You think you think your own personal feelings born out of your misunderstandings is more important.
Did I say that?
Then
I said one is
actually-
more urgent than the other, referring to the genocide.
Oh, okay. So you recognize that
Hasan,
the genocide is a more urgent
Hasan,
issue.
please let me
but you
ask a
spent
question.
Almost all of your
Yes, very
commentary
good.
surrounding this issue
Very
on
good.
talking about your own personal feelings and how you've been wronged by people.
Very good. Let me ask you. So you claimed on.
Wait, can you answer that question?
No,
Does
Hasan,
that
you
make
asked your
sense?
question. It's my turn.
Don't.
I talked about how gracious you were, man. What happened?
Wait, but
I
does
said
that
you're
make
so
sense to
gracious.
you?
You're going to let me ask you a question. What happened?
Does that make
Don't
sense
make me
to
take
you?
it back. All right,
Does
let me
that
ask you a
make
question.
sense to you?
Hold on to that. Ask me after this. You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was your opinion on that?
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Well, he's definitely putting him under the radar,
I
isn't he?
think
He's
that
giving him a
the
grilling.
Sabra hummus tier list is absolutely insane to consider anti-Semitic, and most people have already laughed about it, despite the fact that it was very damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes. With pleasure.
And yeah, it's not
It's insane.
even remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic.
Very
it's like
good. Let me ask
identical
you
to
a
the
question.
Cracker Band that Twitch capitulated on.
Seems to be totally
So let me
clueless about his
follow up with
behavior.
this. Have you seen the thumbnail?
The thumbnail.
Let's look at the
Yes,
thumbnail.
that's what I said. This
For
is the
what?
thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hasan. Here's
What?
Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier list.
Uh-huh.
In the F tier is me and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not
Uh-huh.
in the tier list. He has never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Ethan. I'm
Whoa,
gonna
answer
walk
the
you through this
question.
again.
What you're dodging?
I'm not iDubbbz. And
Oh,
I'm
but
not
you can't
Rogan.
make value judgments suddenly on your friends who you've spent all this time defending.
No, because I don't care.
Well, I do.
I don't. Like,
I
this
think
is
it's great
so-
you don't
this
care.
is-
Why is Ben Shapiro there?
I don't know. I don't care. Probably because he's also
probably
a
'cause he's
massive
Jewish?
fucking. What?
Because it's the most
he's Jewish?
prominent Jewish creators on
Do you
YouTube.
think Ben Shapiro's Judaism is the reason as to why
A
he would be on this?
100% without a doubt, yes.
Of course it is.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold
go ahead,
on.
take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know, man. It's tough. You really don't know what to say because it looks pretty bad.
No, because it's so fucking stupid.
Well, tell me
Ethan.
then.
You look kind of dumb
So why
right
is Ben
now.
there?
You look kind of insane.
Okay, very good.
That's
Why is Ben
I'm having
there?
a hard time. Like, I don't know why fucking Frogan made this.
This is called being held
thumb-
accountable to your
thumbnail,
actions.
and I
Why is
don't
Ben
care.
there?
I don't have any issue
Not
with
him
the
not
thumbnail.
caring
Why
isn't an
is
answer.
Ben there?
Because he's a prominent defender of Israel.
You're
I
quick to
suspect.
say that Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christian Zionists, why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben Shapiro in F tier, the two most prominent Jewish creators on YouTube? That's a coincidence, just like the swastika, huh?
Ethan,
These are two cosmic coincidences,
Ethan,
eh? Hasan, they're really stacking up.
the tier list that you're talking about. First of all, the tier list that we're talking about was literally designed by a Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned.
Very
His
good,
name
and
is
I'm glad he
Rafi.
did.
You
He
called him
definitely
a
deserved
token
it.
Jew. You called him a token
And
Jew.
I still stand by that. The man is just
You
fucking.
think-
He's
so you
spent.
think
He's
that
yeah.
so you get to draw swastikas on PewDiePie, but Rafi can't say that there is a tier list here where Sabra
This is
hummus
Frogan's tier list. This is her.
is the lowest. The Sabra hummus, liking Sabra hummus is the lowest tier,
Ben Shapiro.
and the highest tier is being able to get a Habibi pass. You, as a Jew, get to determine what other Jews are able to do. You're the Pope of the Jews, as Sam
I
Cedar
didn't.
likes to
I'm
call
not
Ben
determining
Shapiro,
what they can
ironically
do,
enough.
but this
that
is
what's going on?
This is Frogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jewish dude is the fall guy and did
Ethan,
everything,
can
but
you
that's
tell
not
me-
true.
wait, so you get to draw swastikas, but Rafi can't even say Sabra hummus is dog
He
shit.
can say whatever he wants. I'm not
Oh, so
criticizing.
he can,
By the
but
way, I'm
you're
not
gonna-
cri-
you're
you
gonna
think
call
that
him a
my
token Jew
criticism
for
is that
that.
he doesn't like Sabra hummus? Are you being serious right now? By the way, is that a beef? Hold on, what are you drinking?
It's a Dr. Pepper cream
Isn't that
soda.
who owns that?
I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
not on the
Are you
national
sure?
BDS list.
We'll double
Yes,
check.
I'm 100% sure.
Okay, we'll double check that. It's not about Sabra hummus, and like let's not be obtuse.
Ethan, actually, the BDS one is actually pretty funny too, because like you've been, you consistently talk about how like I drink Diet Coke or whatever. When that fan came up to me and said stop drinking Diet Coke, it was not on the Palestinian National Committee's official BDS list.
Yes, it was.
And ever since it has been on that official BDS list,
you're lying.
I have not drank Diet Coke or purchased any Diet Cokes at all.
You're lying. It was on the list.
Wait, what is?
What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying.
What was on the list?
Coke.
Yes, it was put on the list, and I stopped purchasing Coke, and I stopped drinking Diet Coke.
You said, you know what's funny? You told her